A lot of options, a lot of different ways they can go with this draft. And,
BKB heroes, because you're up against, I mean, all magic damage, a lot of silences. You definitely want some kind of like gyrocopter type carry. I feel like for Havos, that's going to anything that's going to go BKB. I feel, or either that, or you get something which just is tanky and manly, like the Medusa. But
you know, you're talking about BKB carries. What has happened to Lifestealer? I can't remember the last time I saw him picked, banned, or even thought of.
He's a melee hero. That's the problem. Yeah. You look at the melee heroes people are picking, and they're pretty damn mobile. Juggernaut, 500 movement speed with Phase, Mask of Madness. Yep. Lifestealer can't really go for these items. He used to go for the Phase drums. Drums is just kind of not very cost-effective item, though. Yeah. You can't. I mean, I guess in theory you could go Mask of Madness Lifestealer, but he doesn't have like the inbuilt crit that the Juggernaut does. He doesn't do the same kind of damage output without getting for an armlet.
And Juggernaut has a similar feature that I'm going with here, and that's the magic immunity. So you have that kind of BKB TP early on, and some more tools to work around with. So I think the Jug fits in pretty well here.
Yeah. He does feel like, he's kind of like the new age Lifestealer in that he's the magic immune, has high single target physical damage. The Omni Slash and Infest kind of work different ways, but it's an interesting kind of thought there. That Lifestealer has definitely fallen off.
Yeah,
I think a lot goes back to your normal carries, your Slarks, your Voids. They all have mobility spells.
Well, just compare Feast to Healing Ward. Same kind of an idea for that hero, except Juggernaut can heal his entire team percentage-based, and Feast is just on the single target, though Feast does more damage. So it's all about trade-offs, but HellRaisers, they will grab the Razor. Sticking with that blue-purple theme as the Lightning Revenant is grabbed once more. Didn't work for him last game, but they'll have another go at it.
Yeah, so it looks like Puck is going to be their offlaner of choice, and Razor most likely for the mid. I guess they could tri-lane Razor and do something like a Puck mid. It's not really a lane. This isn't. I don't think Navi's a team you want to go offensive tri-lane against here, because one, they've got a Jug who can at least leech XP and stay alive fairly well, and Funnick in 1v1 matchups, he loves that. They're going to pick him a hero that's like, okay, if you go offensive tri-lane with this, Funnick's going to have a 1v1 with the Clinks, you lose that lane. So at this point, your HellRaisers, you kind of have to do the Puck off lane, the Razor mid, and get some kind of safe lane farmer to go with the AA Disruptor, which works out all right, but there's definitely Na'Vi should be able to zone out the Puck pretty well. Mid lane Razor can maybe get ganked. There's opportunities for Na'Vi to do a lot with this draft.
Well, one good thing for HellRaisers here is 4 ranged heroes against a Magnus. So it's not going to be easy to get those big RPs for Dendi unless HellRaisers are in a really awkward position. They will choose a final ban on the Lion. Makes a lot of sense. We've talked about him a fair bit. Compare nicely with the Vengeful Spirit. And Na'Vi will think about which core they want to take out of the pool.
10 seconds.
Something like this. I don't know. The Slark is kind of pesky, but I think the Void is the biggest. You need some. You're still lacking in the team fight department. That's where I think what are those kind of like good control-y frontline kind of carries, and I think Void and Wraith King. Void's like the better version of a Wraith King to me. The ultimate just does so much more.
Okay, they grab Morphling, so sticking with that blue theme.
All right.
Very elusive hero.
There's no silences, so you're kind of guaranteed, even if you get initiated on by an RP, you can get off your Morph Strength. I guess Clinks, in theory, goes for the Orchid, but...
I mean, Na'Vi have some options here, though. They could grab something like a Skywrath to grab a Silence. I think that could be useful against the Morphling.
Should go Black here, what are you thinking? Elder Titan, let's bring him back. Support Elder Titan against the Morphling.
That could be really potent, actually.
I guess I'm just thinking, like, what's your Morphling counters then? Elder Titan and then AA, the two that really come to mind. I guess Skywrath, as you mentioned, with the Silence, but...
Skywrath helps, yeah.
I think if they're really worried about the Morphling, they can rush the Orchid there, and then, hey, Morphling probably rushes something like a Ghost Scepter so he doesn't die during that.
They could do something greedy here and go with like a Shen in the jungle, but no. They abandon once more.
It's the Na'Vi dual lanes. We'll see the Abaddon Clinks in the off lane, probably. They're thinking that Venge alone can do enough against the Puck, and I think you're probably right there. You give the Puck a bit of XP again, a bit of farm here or there, but Venge for the most part can...
Prepare for battle.
Yep, and I gotta tweak my settings once more. That damn Coddle guy config file, man. He uses weird decel and acceleration. I can't get over it. Game 2. Na'Vi took game 1. Let's see if we can go to a game 3. And there are the shoutouts to Dulot again. Is that a joke towards Vilot? I still don't know.
Sure.
We'll have to ask him what the deal with the Dulot is.
What is Dulot?
Hopefully it's not a swear word.
So these players are professionals.
Yeah. They would never do that. Never. So, Na'Vi, they will do the dual lanes as you mentioned. Van Score will head bottom on the Venge. It looks like Havost will be on the Jug. That puts Goblak on the Abaddon once more. Mid lane, Dendi will play the Magnus, and no surprise, Funnick heads off lane on the Clinks. Very predictable from Na'Vi. They will start with 3 heroes in the bottom, but I reckon Goblak will be moving around quite a bit.
Yeah, he's got the TP scroll already. On the dire set, it will be HellRaisers, Artez on the Morphling up top. Over towards the mid lane, we are going to see the Disruptor of Solo going down towards the bottom room. Dread going to be on the Ancient Apparition. Mid lane is going to be Alpha Ninja on the Razor. And finally, in the off lane, it's going to be Gorietz playing the Puck.
Yes,
for the HellRaisers team.
So what are you thinking draft-wise? Do you give an edge to either side here, Parker?
I think Na'Vi have the slightly stronger draft. They've got a clearer game plan once more with the Magnus. Like they pick this Magnus early and make sure they have one hero that can benefit a bit from the Empower. It's not like, okay, we're not going all in with an Empower, Ember Spirit, or Faceless Void, and that's our only damage, but they get a hero that benefits from it, and like we saw last game, one team fight with a good Mag RP, you turn the game on that. And I think similarly, they've got strong lanes. HellRaisers don't really have a good, clear team fight plan. They don't have anyone kind of good and tanky for the front lines too much. Morphling's going to want to farm. It's like, who's creating space for the Morphling to farm this game? And I look around, I'm like, Puck's an offlaner. You can't rely on him to create space. Razor goes mid, but this hero is also kind of a carry that just wants to sit there and farm. So I feel in general, Na'Vi have the better draft this game.
Yeah, I feel like some of the success for HR kind of revolves around Funnick and keeping him down, just like last game. But Funnick on Clinks, if he gets that momentum, if he can manage to get an Orchid before like the 20-minute mark, 18-minute mark, they're going to have some trouble dealing with this. And you talked about rushing the Orchid to deal with the Morphling, and he could certainly get an Orchid before the Morphling has a Linken's in this kind of 2v2 matchup here. They will have the Disruptor in the jungle. He will double pull. This camp is not blocked at the moment, so very similar flavor to last game. Funnick and Goblak in a 2v3 situation with an Abaddon on their side.
Yeah, that's the Clinks instead of the Weaver.
And again, Funnick with the double ringer protection opener. Very, very similar.
There's a bit more magic damage this time around with the AA chilling touch, but
Disruptor does not chill Thunderstrike, so their magic damage output a bit lower than it could be potentially. Though I guess chilling touch kind of makes up for it.
This AA Disruptor, I feel like they can't really gank mid too easily. Like, if mid had an actual disable, like, you could go there, get a glimpse back, set up the stun, but it's a Razor AA Disruptor. It's not like you can easily kill a mag with this, so we saw last game, Dendi was probably one of the big problem heroes to deal with, and
yeah,
I just feel like getting something which could actually gank him mid lane would have maybe gone a long way.
Yeah, HR are just lacking in control in general. You've got Puck, Silence, and Coil. You've got the Raptor with his kind of unique control set, and Cold Feet. And that's about it in the way of stuns. So, yeah, these team fights could be a little scary.
Runes will get it quiet. Nothing really too game-changing there, and the dual lane will continue up top. Abaddon contests the rune, heads up top, still has a TP scroll. And that's the other thing. You can't really gank the mid lane because that's where Abaddon just TPs in, gets an easy counter gank with that Aphotic Shield. Doesn't actually get any kills off of it, but keeps Dendi alive.
Yeah. Gorietz in the off lane, struggling a little bit, getting zoned out pretty effectively by Van Score.
Yeah.
Is only level 2, and just one last hit to his name, while Havost racking up the last hits on point with the Morphling. So at least this laning phase, a bit more even than it was last time around. Funnick with only one last hit so far.
Yeah, this is, I think, a much better job of zoning out Funnick in the offlane especially. Clinks is a bit more, a lot less stable as far as offlane is, as far as an offlane versus tri-lane kind of setup here. You can skeleton walk in, but you can't use it to farm, which is where the Weaver really got a lot out of the offlane. He was using the Shikuchi not just to stay alive, but also to go in, get a bit of farm, and be very cost-effective with his harass and mana use.
Yeah. Van Score, great positioning down here, just keeping Gorietz as far out of XP range as possible. He does manage to ding level 3. But I would still call that a success. Funnick only 2 for now. Already sentry wards coming down from HR.
They need dust though. They could have actually killed him. Like they zoned him to the secret shop, but then they have no sentries, no dust, no way. I mean, they've got their detection right here, but they're going to lose vision. They can't actually get the glimpse on him.
Yeah, that would have been a kill. I think if the kinetic field was just a little better placed. But Clink's a hard hero to trap inside of it without using the glimpse because he's just so damn fast.
Yeah. I guess the one thing, the Abaddon just instantly gets rid of dust, which is actually a kind of cool mechanic here. So they're going to be forced to spend a lot of money getting sentries.
Glimpse back on the Abaddon, though. Goblak only level 2, stuck inside of the kinetic field. This could be your first blood or not. Deny from Goblak. Beautifully done.
This is going to be the most annoying dual lane for HellRaisers. They are just not having fun.
Lucky for the puck here. Did they have vision of that? Rune, yeah, okay, not so lucky. I guess maybe unlucky for Havost. Hastrune that Gorietz walks right into. Havost thought that'd be a kill. He has the phase boots trying to chase him down, but the puck known his limits, and will be just fine.
So for the supports, it's like, what do HellRaisers do? They can't kill top lane, they can't gank mid. All they can really do is stack and pull a bit, but I feel that's where Na'Vi get more out of the lanes. They're running dual lanes, the Venge's kind of doing pretty good job zoning the puck, can pull, can stack. It's a lot harder for the HellRaisers supports to kind of find a place in this game where they can be effective with their time.
Yeah. Morphling, early ring of health picked up on his brown boots, so the beginning of the Lincolns undoubtedly. Nothing crazy about this Morphling build, but he won't be rushing a Midas, which is always an option. Big kinetic field up top. Funnick stands his ground for now. Phonic shield comes out. They'll put a sentry ward down. Phonic will be okay. No, the glimpse back. He's in big trouble. The Abaddon sustain is just too much. One more auto attack just can't bring him down. 15 HP, and the Bone Fletcher lives.
Okay. Funnick, at this point, they may have stayed alive, but that still looks like a good exchange for HellRaisers. That secures Molten to free farm. Clink should, in theory, I thought he was going to go back to heal, but it looks like he wants to at least stay in this lane as long as this creep wave. Okay, so Abaddon goes through all of his HP, miscoiling out Funnick to stay in lane, and then it looks like Goblack will go back to base to heal up.
I think he'll do one more and then head back.
Okay.
Non-lethal damage. Or, oh, it is lethal. He just denied himself derp.
Yep. I like that decision from Na'Vi. Keep Funnick in the lane. He's behind on XP, behind on farm. He needs every kind of second he can in this lane. Even without much farm, he can still kind of make some plays happen on the map just with like a level 6 Death Pact to big creep, head mid or somewhere with an RP, and just level 3 searing arrows with a Death Pact creep can maybe find a kill on someone like a Razor.
So Havost, he's got his phase boots, about 800 gold. Probably just a Mask of Madness around the corner. Oh, no, okay. He'll go for the Aquila first. But...
All right, suggesting maybe he's not going to go as heavy on the stats this game. If you're going for something, Aquila gives you stats as well as mana regen, which is normally where you want to go for like the max stats build.
He's already put 2 points in the stats, so
yeah, that
an interesting build from
the end of it. Yeah, we'll see. It definitely shows they want to go for the fast tower. You can maybe try sneaking a little Roshan, but if you want to sneak Roshan, the Mask of Madness is all you really need. But.
Yeah, makes it so easy for you. Very quiet early game relative to last time, though. Artez still farming away. Funnick getting
Happy mid. Dandy's gone in. Half a ninja.
Will they actually find this kill, though? Goblack deal what damage he can. Van score there, connects with his thumb, but Alpha Ninja is just too damn tanky. Shockwave brings him low, 55 HP. Nowhere to run, but neutrals and the Ogres. Oh my gosh, they can't club him down, and Goblack secures the first blood.
Oh, top lane now. Here comes the backstab on Funnick, but... Disruptor.
Do they have the dust? They've got a sentry on the Raptor. Okay.
Not going to work.
Almost saw 2 denies back-to-back for that first blood. That was so close. If only those Ogres just did a little more damage.
The initially, before he got to the Ogre, Goblack was about to get the kill, but then he kind of fogged him in those trees. He was trying to wind up the miscoil already, but didn't succeed in doing so. But either way, Goblack is making the plays happen, keeping Funnick alive in the top lane, denying himself, now getting a first blood for himself. Really good start for the Na'Vi side, I feel. HR pinging out the top lane. They want to have a go on Funnick. There is a ward down already. Dread moving into position. And not going to find the glimpse. So out of range.
Oh, he's going for the sentry. He wants this. Solo dives it, takes a lot of tower shots. That's a mistake.
3-2-2.
Oh, my. That was way too bold. Now Dread, he might feel the pain as well. Gets sunned up by the Venge. The Howl is there. Funnick laying in a Searing Arrow or 2. And the AA stays standing.
I think it's safe to say Solo not on the same page as his teammates there.
Yes, and that's the stand-in syndrome a little bit. Havost down bottom actually has a go with the puck, but won't dive the tower as he orbs away. Dream Coil also available.
Yeah, it's always hard. You're standing in for a team. It's not even so much pressure, but it's like you want to impress them in some ways.
Yeah.
You want to make plays happen. Be like, okay, I'm a stand-in. They're not really expecting me to make plays. They're just expecting like a stable performance. But you're in this mentality where it's like, okay, I want to go big. And Solo, well, he tried, didn't succeed there.
They want to go big onto Funnick again, but can't get vision.
Funnick has created so much space. Not a single death. They've bought at least 4. I think it's even been 6 sentries so far in this top lane, and have not killed him once.
Well, now Funnick just moves mid, perhaps for a go on the Razor. Scouts it out. Dendy has an RP. Alpha Ninja with good positioning. The RP gets pump faked.
Yeah.
Double damage also on Dendy.
Very clear what's going on. And this is Appa Ninja's positioning in this mid lane has been fantastic for 2 games in a row, but they're going to get the RP now.
You spoke too soon here, Parker. A Photic Shield out on Dendy, skewer forward. They still get the kill with the Shockwave, but a lot of low health heroes. Solo with just not enough damage to turn anything around.
Until then, like, he was being so good in game 1 as well as just at the start of that game where if Dendy walks up to him, he backs off. Never lets Dendy get an RP range, but a slight slip up there, and I think just knowing he had the disruptor behind him, you didn't think that Magnus, even with the clinch,
why did he walk into the river? He kind of went down here and then went, oh crap, they're coming for me, and had to go back up, and that's what gave Dendy the opening. Not really sure
maybe
what that movement was.
Misclick or something.
Yeah. No rune was coming out. It was like at 8:30, so awkward movement, but Na'Vi starting to pull away a little bit here. About 2,000 gold, 500 experience in their favor. Not too shabby for 10 minutes in. Only 3-1, but a good start. Top lane now. Artez putting a lot of pressure onto the tower, and he will find it. Na'Vi already used the glyph, and that'll be a nice little chunk of gold going the way of the Morphling.
Yeah, Morphling's getting a lot of farm. It does feel like the Havos is just going to be able to do a whole lot more. Juggernaut as a hero is just not going to be a do-nothing hero like the Morphling. Morphling's going to want to farm, especially with the Linken's build. You can fight to a small extent, but once you get to like 15-minute stage where Havos is level 11, has level 2 Omnislash, Mask of Madness with phase boots and maybe a Yasha even then, suddenly Na'Vi can take Roshan, can take any fight they really want, and Morphling's like, well, I've maybe got a Linken's or an ulti orb with my Perseverance, but he's not really offering much to his team.
Yeah, that's sort of just that difference in peaks where Juggernaut will kind of hit his first peak way before the Morphling, and yeah, there's that recipe for the Mask of Madness sitting back in the stash and will be delivered momentarily. Tower down bottom will go down. Gordietz comes in looking for perhaps a deny, but last hit goes the way of Havost, and it'll be an even tower for tower trade. Both position ones getting the last hit.
Okay. Na'Vi now really starting to pull ahead. But almost a 3,000 net worth lead. HellRaisers yet to... This one kill on the scoreboard is the deny. So they've not really done anything this game as far as their lineup's concerned. The tri lane, unable to get kills on the Clinks has really been the biggest disaster for them. They couldn't rotate mid. They couldn't keep the other lanes alive. The good thing is Gordietz on the puck, I feel, has done really well to get XP. He's level 8 on the puck. He's made a lot out of the off lane. He's not looking at the fastest blink dagger, but that's not really what is expected of him. The fact he hasn't died, been up against a Jug, we've yet to see an Omnislash at 11 minutes in, and that's not Havos playing bad. That's more HellRaisers positioning and just playing defensively enough they don't give up any kills.
Yeah. Havos will move into the jungle now. Gets a small double stack here, just boosting up that farm. And now that he has the Mask of Madness, the one can move into the jungle. And if they get a little lane control back in the bottom, that means the Vengeful Spirit or one of the other supports can start racking up some experience and get some farm to those initial core items. Yeah. Dendy, Blink Dagger, just now purchased at the 12-minute mark. Standard timing there, and now Na'Vi have a few more initiation options.
Yeah, I feel like Na'Vi are going to have a very clear plan from here. Like, find a decent pick-off or two with the Blink RP, go into the Roshan then with like the Venge plus Juggernaut duo. They're going to have a medallion soon on the Vengeful Spirit, I imagine. Vengscore's already got the chainmail.
Solo in trouble. Funnick initiates on him. It's going to be an easy pick for the Bone Fletcher.
It's very clear game plan for Na'Vi. Funnick just goes off creating space.
Skewer back onto Appa Ninja. Easy stun into tower range. The Razor should be going down here. Swap from Vanscore. Now Appa Ninja sipping the bottle. Dendy with a shockwave secures the kill. HR just getting picked apart around the map. Now down bottom. Havos on to Gordietz. He'll try to orb into the tree line. Havos, no way to close the gap. There is a TP scroll on the puck.
It's checking it out. Quelling Blade.
Ooh,
needed to. Oh, the healing ward could have given vision.
That was surprisingly close.
If he'd used that right away, and not, I think it was something like an afterthought, like, oh, I can get some extra vision with this.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. So puck gets away. 1,400
not a
gold.
big deal though.
Yeah.
It's still like free farm for Havos. Zone the puck out of the lane. Slow down his blink.
Yasha on the way. Movement speed all around for Havost.
Yeah, this level 11 too. That's the big level for the Jug to hit.
Yep. How close is he here? Oh wow, very close. Just a couple creeps. So Gordietz takes over the mid lane, and he could be in some trouble. Swap from the Venge. He does manage to get off the orb. Venge on the high ground has the magic missile. But puck will still live. Dendy low on mana, and
he went for the plays. He went for the he went for the skewer after the swap. If he'd maybe held that, but hey, it's just keep these HellRaisers line up on the back foot, keep them guessing, keep them like rotating to TP in to try save team. And if they're TPing in, even if they like save a puck or something, if they're not getting counter kills, right now HellRaisers are not accomplishing anything. They're still yet to get an actual kill. They're farming all right, but by no means on the same level that Na'Vi are right now.
Well, things getting a little better for HRs in the top lane. Both of their supports about to hit level 6. Disruptor grabs Hids and Dread will off this creep. So 2 big ultimates now in the mix for the Dire side, and in these skirmishes, that Ice Blast alone will make a big difference.
Oh, funny.
Oh, gets dusted by Solo in
He should
pretty
be
deep,
fine.
but nobody's nearby. Just a quick TP out. Okay, that was bold. Now, Solo may be regretting his decisions.
Yeah,
Funnick pursue.
He's going to wait for the Skeleton Walk to come back. He also has mana issues right now.
Solo's just trying to bait this out. He's going to die. Oh my gosh, so close. Knowing his limits so well. Keeps Funnick around, and Clinks goes down. That was really close. Well played by Solo.
Yeah, Funnick could have just outlasted the dust, gone for a Skeleton Walk, but he kind of got baited in a little bit. At this point, his job is to create space. So I feel like a death like that isn't going to hurt Na'Vi too much. It opens up Roshan for simple taking from Na'Vi. Don't even need the medallion here. Just Havos and Dendi. With this damage output on Havos with Empower, once again, we're seeing Dendi go for this 2 Skewer build. Already has 3 points in the Empower, just keeping the 1 value point on RP, and Havos' damage output is insane. 200 plus damage with the Empower.
Yeah, absolutely. Now in Aegis of the Immortal, he's hungry for blood, thinking about an Omni Slash. There it is on Ninja on the low ground. Gets an easy kill on the Razor, while the rest of his team keeps Gordians busy. Ice Blast comes in. Go Black will not shatter, at least not yet. Puck with a phase shift, not going to keep him alive. Havos with the crit that he needed. Now Dendi skewering in. He has an RP. He wants to find the opening, but might not even need it. Uses it on the Solo Disruptor. Courier also gets picked off. HR in shambles right now. They will finish off the Aegis, but Havos coming right back up. It's an Aegis for 3 and a Courier.
Yikes. That is painful stuff. Na'Vi just, again, using this Magnus to great effect and timing everything. Like, all their timing has just been on point here. HellRaisers finding these fights come to them when they're just not ready for it. And I'm not, the blink on the puck is nice and all, but you can't kill the key hero that is the Juggernaut.
And now Artez in the mid lane, swapped by Vanscore, skewered back, but hey, he's got a replicate.
Okay.
Okay, so smart play there from Artez. I thought he was dead for sure. But good setup. Na'Vi showing us just the power of these mobility heroes. Swap into a skewer is just such a deadly combo.
It's just very well thought out the entire draft. Na'Vi, Funnick's off creating space. He's even gone back for a Midas, playing that kind of like Brew type role where he wants to make sure he keeps up in farm. There's no real pressure on him to do much as far as he doesn't need to pick up items right now that can come into effect. He just needs to keep on creating space and also getting farm.
Can he find a pickoff here onto Gordians? Or used aggressively?
Maybe used, but
he's thinking about it, staying out of tower range, considering his options, but will not go for it. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Morphling does get a tower kill as Na'Vi uses a glyph. And in the mid, Ice Blast flies through, helps negate some of that healing ward, but Havos just uses the Blade Fury and finishes off that tower. So tower for tower trade as Funnick once more rotates up top, pulling out that calculator and figuring out his options. We'll go ahead and Death Pact to creep.
okay.
Oh, bumps right into the puck, silence, and blink away. But Na'Vi will smoke up and make a movement.
Again, it's Havos like a good 3-4K gold ahead of the next, the HellRaisers carry, and should be able to find an easy pickoff here.
Swap onto Ninja into a stun. Yeah, no problemo. Meanwhile, while they're doing this, Havos just finds a solo kill onto the Disruptor. No problems.
Walked in, Omni Slash, and easy peasy.
Yep. So fast 2-0. Na'Vi getting another good exchange there, and we'll press forward into this tier 2, it looks like.
Yeah, take out the Morphling Replicate, and Havos, 3K gold on top of the Sanjin Yasha Mask of Madness.
Yeah, this is... So how do you deal with this if you're HR? This Jug farming out of control, hitting one of his first peaks here. Morphling still not really online. He has the Lincolns, but that just helps him not die as quickly. Still isn't really scary in terms of damage output.
I think that how you deal with this happened 10 minutes ago in the laning stage. They had to deal with the laning stage, which was... It's obviously very hard against the Abaddon Clink's dual lane, but they needed to either find kills in that dual lane top or do something to pressure the other lanes. Like AA plus Disruptor, 2 range series with Chilling Touch, they could have gone for something like an offensive tri lane. They had other options with the lanes, and the fact they didn't win the laning stage is really problematic, because Na'Vi, Jug Abaddon, the Abaddon Clinks is not a lane that should have done as much as they did at that top lane. They forced out so many sentry purchases, so much wasted time, and HellRaisers have just been constantly playing from behind because of that.
Yeah, it's back-to-back games. We've seen this dual off-lane from Na'Vi just completely shut down HR. It's an overstatement. Not completely shut him down, but takes so much of their effort. And All they have to do is not die. That's kind of what it boils down to. Tier 2 tower up top. Glyph is used as Na'Vi push into it. Ice Blast comes in. Meanwhile, in the jungle, see a little skirmish breakout as Admin Ninja gets bumped into. Static Link will steal a very little bit of damage from Funnick. Go Black in the front lines. A Photic shield on himself as Dread helps to zone them out. Now more coming in. Dream Coil used. Go Black healing up quite a bit with that borrowed time, but now dropping quickly. Funnick will go down. Dread maybe in some trouble, but now Dendy initiating here. He gets off the deny. Beautifully played by the Abaddon. And now the Disruptor left behind. It's a 2 for 3 in the Dire jungle, but hey, down bottom, Artez finds a tower kill. Can they punish him here? Maybe with the Ultra Slash. Going for the Replicate. Replicate will die, and he'll just TP out. Magic Missile's there. Artez isolated near the Radiant Fates, and no
He's going to wait for him soon. Havos is waiting on the high ground, though.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a TP. Where's he going to go, even if he makes it to the high ground? Oh, jukes him a little bit as he goes to the mid. Is he actually going to survive?
Skewer is available, though.
Yeah, there's the skewer back. Well played by Dendy. Artez out of mana. Lincoln's gets broken. That will be a kill secure. So 2 for 4 overall, I think, for Na'Vi, if you count that last kill.
And one of those two, I think, was the Abaddon deny.
Oh, you're right.
The only real kill they got was Funnick on the Clinks. So nothing that valuable for HellRaisers.
And now a BKB comes out for Dendy following the success of that team fight.
Too. They've got BKBs all over the place. Funnick's going for one as well, I think, on the Clinks. And all the damage right now from HellRaisers is nuke damage. Razors just got drums, Morphlings, got a Lincoln's. I mean, at this point you're thinking, you want to go E-Blade against like the physical damage of a Clinks and Jug, but at some point it's like, well, E-Blade damage is going to be negated by BKBs now, so it's a tough game for HellRaisers.
Yeah. Speaking of the HellRaisers, they smoke up in their jungle with everyone except Artez, who will TP to the tier 2 mid. Van Score glimpsed that, and not really into a great position for them to set up a gank, and that will be another failed smoke. It's kind of awkward.
Well.
All right, well, Gordietz picks up an invisibility rune in the bottle. Smoke soon to expire. They will still move around the Radiant jungle. HR kind of in desperation mode here. Really need to find a kill with this.
Go Black, level 11, has 4-star. There's no killing him.
Yeah. Very mobile, rather tanky, and they're going to go for it. Silence comes out. And borrowed time gets procced, but still.
Not the ulti Go Life was hoping for, but
Dread, meanwhile, initiated on by the Clinks, and a few more Searing Arrows will do it. The wand from Dread keeps him alive. Funnick secures the kill. Now, Coil from Gordietz wants this kill, but can he actually find it? Do they have the follow-up damage? BKBs popped to plenty. As Na'Vi coming in. They'll lose their Clinks, but RP on Admin Ninja, even an Omni Slash to boot. It's a 1 for 3. Gordietz lives only because of the invisibility rune in the bottle, and Na'Vi are lacking on detection.
Yep, Na'Vi just good fight after good fight. Gorek can do what he can to get some scouting information here, but it's not going to amount to much. Havol's pushing bottom, they'll send other heroes to push mid. And this is looking like a HellRaisers team who could be suffering a very fast early defeat here. We had a 2-0 quick win for Empire over Fire, and possibly looking like another fast 2-0 here in our second series.
Yeah, we're up to 14,000 gold and experience in the lead for Na'Vi. Even though the position 1s are farming pretty evenly. I saw that 5 as a 0. Never mind. The most is up by about 50%.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that as 10K for some reason. I was like, oh, okay, that's surprising, but yeah, Na'Vi just,
it's ugly.
That net worth is very, very ugly. Morphling is the one saving grace for HR, and he still is just not finding the item progression he needs. 2,500 gold up. Does he even go for the E-Blade here? You mentioned the BKBs earlier. Do you just abandon and go for something else at this point? Like just straight into Manta?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what this something else would be. Manta, maybe a Scotty.
Yeah, just beef up a little bit. There's no Orchid on the
Clinks,
it
may still be E-Blade, even against the BKBs. You just have to go for an E-Blade at the start, try force out a BKB or get a support.
Oh, mid lane, Omni Slash gets a double kill on the Razor and Disruptor. The RNG on that.
Power damage. Holy shit, that is sick.
Oh my gosh, that was just disgusting.
Just like cleaving through with the extra mini attacks and just doing all kinds of mayhem there.
Oh my gosh. Even creeps nearby have both saying, nope, just going to roll the dice, and he did not crap out that time around.
This Ice Blast is going to do absolutely nothing. Can't get heal for now, but hey, it'll wear off, and then you've still got the healing ward to fall back on. Havos, easy tier 2 tower. Morphling just getting what farm he can elsewhere on the map.
Desolator.
Deso, not BKB, saying, let's get some extra siege.
Yeah, Gordietz gets scouted out. Havos just goes right towards the high ground. Morphling trying to split push in the bottom best he can. And HR will repel Na'Vi, at least for now. Goriet's working on an Aghanim's point booster, picked up on the puck with all the BKBs. I think it makes some sense here. Smoke from Na'Vi. They're going to bump right into the puck. That does break their smoke. His blink is down. Orb away, but this puck is in a lot of trouble. Does jaunt to the orb, but it doesn't matter. Dendy's there with the blink, brings him down.
That damage from Havas.
It is disgusting.
He's going to get an Aegis now and pick up some crazy big item. Maybe an Abyssal Blade.
The Empower,
he's going Scotty
the
again.
Vengeance Aura. His damage output right now is disgusting. Given how he doesn't even have damage items. Mask of Madness BKB.
He's not even going for another. He's going for Scotty, which isn't damage. At this point, he's like, I do 6 damage just from Empower. If I just get items to stay alive.
Oh, that's a courier kill.
Eagle Song.
Oh my.
He is going E-Blade, it looks like, and that was his Eagle Song. He needs another 1300 anyway, so it's only going to slow down the E-Blade by like a minute maybe. But yeah. I think high ground push is coming now.
Somebody rebound my courier hotkey here, gods. It is the Eagle Song.
Mr. Cuddle guy.
Son of a bitch. And now even Benj going for a pipe. A great game for a pipe with all this nuke magic damage that HR have. They'll use the glyph at kind of an awkward time. Does not keep the tier 3 safe. It just keeps getting worse for the HellRaisers. Ortez trying to split push as best he can. Mid lane of Barracks will certainly go down. Can Na'Vi get more off this?
The good news is they've got tier 2 towers. So that's the saving grace.
One lane of Barracks for now. Na'Vi backing on up. They will get back to their base. Ortez can't even really put that much pressure on. He shoved some creeps in, but the tower doesn't even take any damage.
Well, things starting to look very grim for the HellRaisers team. Pipe now complete on a support hero of all things.
And the Scotty complete on Havost. 2,700 HP on this jug at 25 minutes.
I'm sorry, Andrew, but it's all over.
that lady is singing right now, man, and we're all going deaf.
She's entered the final act here. Artez is not going to... At the end of the day, they don't care about killing Artez. He's just a non-issue right now. He could have his E-Blade complete. He could have his E-Blade complete. He could be 18k net worth with Havas right now, and I don't think it would make much difference.
Yeah,
give him an E-Blade, give him a Scotty.
I do really like the Desolator pickup from Funnick, though. The Orchid could have worked well here, but just opting for an item that'll let them cut through these pretty low armor heroes. Puck with 4, Disruptor with 7 right now. These heroes are very susceptible. Even Razor, only 7 armor. Yep. Now Havos going to do even more damage, and of course it allows Na'Vi to just flash push those towers that much more effectively.
Aegis still with a good duration left on it, so it seems they want to go for another high ground attempt with it.
Yeah.
Again, Artez at the bottom lane going to be a bit pesky, but they can potentially take this top lane and then TP back in time.
It's not like he can push that fast. Even if they wanted to go for a quote-unquote trade, Na'Vi can cripple this top lane of Barracks before he can do too much damage. No glyph available for the Dire. Na'Vi do have one. That alone is a big advantage for the Radiant. Morphling moves into the tier 3 as Na'Vi take out the tier 3 tower in the top lane. He gets the tier 3 down to about half health. Still not even close to winning this race.
Artez is also taking a lot of damage from the tier 3. Gets down to like the 3rd HP.
Oh my. Yeah, this Morphling in an awkward position here. There's the initiation. Dendy with another huge RP. Oh my gosh, HR gets blown up. Wow.
Well, it was nice knowing you, HR.
Oh my. Dendy with the explosion to secure the win. Tier 4 is going to fall, and, well, HR will stay in it until the bitter end, but that's going to be all she wrote.
The BKBs, the pipe, the Aegis on another hero, there's just so much sustain. Here comes your E-Blade, but thanks, Score.
Okay, gets off 1 shotgun before the game ends. That's a mild victory there.
Going to save him.
Oh, he's not going to shatter.
Oh, no.
Now Artez just getting shot down by the Juggernaut. He will replicate out
this game.
There it is. GG, Artez will call it. Na'Vi looking fierce in the second best-of-3 series of the Starladder Season 11 LAN Finals.
They look happy, and this definitely shows Na'Vi prepared for this, shown up to Starladder, and are looking to get a title, because they have not won a big tournament in a long time, and this would be a nice stepping stone with some of the big events coming up after Starladder.